Hello there. I'm recording this video to put out there a little question. This is just a question for people who want to write comments. What do you think the United States of America will be remembered for, right? If you think about major empires and civilizations in the past, they tend to be remembered for structures that are left standing, right? Things that are still lying around, major achievements of their, engineering and whatnot, right? The Roman aqueducts and Colosseum, right? The aqueducts, right? The aqueducts, right, and the Roman roads are probably the greatest symbols of Rome that we have, right? Now, going along that vein, right, one might think, well, maybe the United States Capitol or the all the roads we've built across the world will be what we are remembered for. However, I don't think so. I don't think so, right? If you think about what other countries have done in our time, right? Basically, every other country on Earth has tried to do exactly, the building of infrastructure and stuff like that we've done, right? They've become democracies and all that. So I don't think that we will particularly be remembered for being a democracy or having lots of roads. I don't even think we'll be remembered for really the internet or any of our inventions. There is one thing, though, there are two things, actually, that I think stand out as being things that uniquely demarcate us from the crowd, right? And I mean, obviously, like, the internet, we didn't invent the internet alone, right? Lots of other countries contributed to it, right? We might be remembered for the internet, but I'm not so sure, right? The two big things that I think that we will be remembered for. We might be remembered for the internet. I actually thinking about it, that's probably pretty likely. The internet, right? For reasons that should be obvious. The nuclear bomb and landing on the moon, right? The reason I think of those things, I thought of these two things originally, but the internet probably would be, DARPA and all that. DARPANet probably would be significant enough for that, right? The reason I think we'll be remembered for these two in particular, though, and the third one being the internet, I guess, is that DARPANet, right? Is that these things are things that we sort of originated, we sort of put out there, and they changed the world in our time, and they kind of changed the course of humanity, right? Nuclear weapons, I don't need to explain that. Apollo 11, I do want to explain a little bit. We are the only nation so far that has actually put men on the moon, right? And that's really special about us. Now, eventually, some other country might do it, but we were the first, and we're always going to be remembered as the first nation to do that. I think that long after the United States is gone, right, countries will look up through telescopes, assuming that there are people left. There probably will be. Assuming there are people left, there are nations left that are capable of it. People will look through telescopes and they'll see things on the lunar surface that we left there, right? Like the quartz crystal reflectors that we left in later Apollo missions. I'm actually not sure if Apollo 11 left any quartz crystal reflectors. They might have. I'm not sure if this would tell me. Looks like they did. Yeah, so, they're going to see stuff that we left on the lunar surface. It is really hard to see, right? You need really high-powered telescopes. But assuming that industrial civilization exists in the future at some time and they're able to build advanced telescopes, they should be able to see stuff that we left on the surface from Apollo 11 and from other Apollo missions. And I would like to see what people in comment sections say, right? And how do you think the United States will be viewed in retrospect, right? How will our civilization be viewed? Will we be viewed as foolish, or will we be viewed as uniquely wise? I think kind of a combination of both. That's what I'm predicting. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. And leave a comment. Leave your thoughts. Answer the question, what will the United States be remembered for, and how will we be viewed after we're gone?